thank you very much for coming along to talk about what happened and to talk about SADS Week, really. I'll ask, well, you can, whoever wants to answer can answer, but were you all there when Saskia had the cardiac arrest last year? You were all playing netball?
Yeah.
Does anybody want to talk about what you thought happened?
Well, because I was at the end, like, that it happened, me and my other friend, we were like a metre away from her. We thought that she just, like, tripped over or something. So we kind of, like, laughed. We were like, Sas, like, what are you doing? And then she was kind of on her side. So, like, we walk over and, like, it just worked. You hadn't tripped over it. It looked like a seizure. So we called our coach onto the call, but she only knows like basic first aid, so that didn't really help. And then when it was like apparent that something worse had happened, everyone was cleared off the court, like the whole tournament, and only like match officials and any primary carers could come onto the court. And we all just had to wait in the inside bit. No one knew what was going on.
I was on the sideline, so I was like watching it because she was in the third where I was facing, and it's like sounds really weird, like she'd stumbled and we thought she was smiling and we didn't realise what was going on, so we thought she was just like laughing about it. It was a serious fall though, so we were like, why is she laughing?
Yeah.
But and then Chris realised obviously that something was going on.
Yeah. And then nobody stayed afterwards. The way you were moved away when it all.
So I remember, because it was like down my end, people hadn't realised what was going on for like a while. Well, yeah. And then I remember when I turned around, it was almost like I think Chris and a couple of other people were already like over her and stuff. And I remember everybody was kind of like walking around. I know my mum was there and like a couple of other people. And it was like kind of like what's going on. And I stood there for a bit, and when I walked back to everybody was kind of like gathered, but everybody was quite close, I think, because she was like down this end. And I remember like people were already crying and stuff, and then it was like I remember like I said to like Eimer, I was like to Eimer, oh, it's fine, she's gonna be okay, because she was crying already, and I just started like bawling my eyes out. And then
we didn't know how serious it was. Like,
and then we all
the
like
worst thing we thought it would be was like a seizure.
Yeah. When I looked back, she was like, looked like a seizure. I don't really know what it was, but and then I think we were all just like everybody was taken inside, and then slowly we were all like off the court area, and slowly all the other teams started coming round, and then everybody was just sitting inside basically for ages.
And do you know how long it all took?
We were inside for over
we
an
literally
hour.
I just sat there literally like crying for like
our
it
team
was ages.
and then the other team they're kind of like our rival team, but we're all friends because of like the county setup or whatever. We basically just sat in a circle, and it was like silent, hot room. You could just hear crying.
And they had
It's here now. And were you there? You were there as well.
Yeah, no, I didn't know anything serious happened until like I saw the other coach like on the pitch, like we're on the court telling her team to come off. So like I just got really confused, and then like I think I just started pressing.
Eimer wandered off the other court, and I was like, Eimer, come back over here. And we just stayed for a while.
And has it worried any of you about playing sports or getting to quite a serious level of playing sports?
No, literally that day I remember Caroline talking about she had a tournament or something like that checks your heart.
Yeah, so the weekend after this tournament that we had, I had another tournament literally like on the Wednesday. So this was the Sunday, on the Wednesday, and it was a tournament that was in memory of a girl who, it didn't happen on the court, but she died of a heart attack. It was up in Sheffield, and you could actually get your heart checked, so they'd do a scan to check if your heart was like healthy and like it was functioning properly, which was kind of coincidental, seeing as what had happened, but at the same time it was, I think my because it was with school and most of the school team know Saskia, I think, and were there. I think like everyone kind of felt it more on a different level than just like it's just a memorial tournament. It actually meant something because we could understand what that family had gone through those years ago when it happened.
Yeah. That must have been strange, so
Yeah.
soon after as well.
Yeah.
The reality of
I think
it.
it was like
And
4 days after
Yeah.
it happened.
and what do you think about SADS Week, about raising awareness to people? Do you think it'll make a difference, or what would you like it to do?
I would hope it would make a difference because I don't think anyone should have to go through like a Saskia situation.
Yeah.
It's not nice for anyone.
And are you now more aware of where defibrillators are kept? Are you?
I remember, I think when like Winter League or something was starting, like there was a whole big thing about like making sure like where the defib was at and stuff like that. So I think like definitely it's made everyone who was there way more like aware.
Yeah.
I remember people from like different teams were getting their kids like hearts checked out and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So I think it really like shocked people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it was just so like, because obviously you were like really healthy, like you were just really healthy. It wasn't like you had like a bad lifestyle or anything like that. It was like playing netball most days of the week. Like it was just so random for someone of that
50.
kind of,
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just,
Yeah.
and I think it made everyone a bit more like wary.
Yeah.
It can
And
happen
aware.
to anyone.
And you could all use a defibrillator. I don't know if because your mum was saying that you haven't necessarily all had more training, but just so that you know, if you ever need to, you can use a defibrillator. You just switch it on, and it'll do everything else. It'll tell you whatever else you need to do. So you could just use it. But I'm really grateful that you've all talked to me. Thank you very much.